Hey, what's going on everybody? I've been wanting to make another 𝐿den katana build, but it didn't really feel justified being that we already have the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC for Elden Ring. The weapon is so old and it's been used up so much, but the fact is that it's so good. The skill is just awesome. It does so much damage and it's very fast. It staggers players and NPCs alike, but this isn't only a 𝐿den katana build. It's accompanied by something else. I'm not going to say even more insane, but equally devastating. And it actually deals more damage. And I have no idea why not many people are talking about this weapon. So I decided to put these two together and create a build. The purpose of this build is to just eliminate enemies as fast as possible, whether it be PvE or PvP. Being that Frostbite is so devastating in this game, one of the top 3 status effects along with the bleed, I figured I had to make this build. So let's get right into it. What's going on, y'all? It's 𝐵Righteous again from Identity, and I got another build video for you. And if you're interested in stuff like that, then I'd appreciate a like on the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Okay, let me just get into it because I know some of you are familiar with it, but I don't see many people using this. So I thought this would be the perfect combination to accompany the 𝐿den katana. It's called the Swift Spear, and I don't think I've seen any other weapon that scales with an S tier in dexterity in this patch. Let me know if you've seen one, but it doesn't do that naturally. It scales to a B if you level it up to 25. So you have to put this Ash of War on it called Ice Spear. For some reason, this deals an insane amount of damage. I've killed people in 2 hits, and bosses, it just chunks them, especially if they're weak to Frostbite. It's insane. So you have to put this Ash of War on it, and once you do, make sure you select the keen affinity so that it'll scale to the S. This means that the more dexterity you have, the more damage this is going to deal. And S tier is the highest level you can get, which is why it deals insane damage once you activate the skill. It also deals damage when you attack somebody just normally. And for a spear, this attacks pretty fast, hence the name, Swift Spear. And I know that in almost every build, players use the Rotten Winged insignia, justifiably so. That talisman is amazing. Damage increases with successive attacks, so how can you not use that? But I don't have that talisman in this, and I'll get to those in a second. But first, let me tell you about this Carrion Knight's magic shield. You were able to get this off Carrion. He was a knight guarding that boss, you know, where you go to respect every time. His name is Carrion, and when you killed him, you get his shield. That was in the original game. This Ash of War is also something you can attain early on, but I never really got into it that much. I think the only thing that really prompted me to try this was the aging untouchables in the Abyssal Woods, because of that annoying parry that you have to do. If you don't have something like this, then it's kind of difficult to time when to actually parry them and take them out. When I was using this against them, man, it was like a cakewalk. Once you activate Carrion Retaliation, you immediately see this blue aura go in front of the shield, indicating that there's a parry right in front of it. So what this does is once you parry a magic attack, it's going to spawn 3 magic swords above you to retaliate against whoever attacked you with the magic. I've used this in PvP, but it works the best in PvE. You know, when you play PvP, you got 3v1s, 2v1s, so people are jumping you and it's hard to get it off. As you notice right here, I did parry a few magic spells, but I still got destroyed. In PvE, you could pretty much focus and do this with ease. So this is a multifaceted shield that allows you to pretty much handle most of what comes your way. Overall, it's just a cool thing to do. The shield is a medium shield, so it blocks 95 physical and a whopping 88 magic, and everything else is pretty low except for holy. It is for what it is, because when you block magic, in most cases, you don't take any damage, so it keeps you on your toes, and I think it's a pretty dope shield to have. I don't use it all the time, because this build is more so an offensive style. As you can see, I was destroying those players with 1 and 2 hits, and bosses just take so much damage. And one of the reasons is because of the playstyle that I was referring to. Check out this talisman. It's called the Retaliatory Cross T. You can get this from talking to Ansbach, and there's a whole mission that you have to go through, going back and forth between Lita and him. It's a little annoying to get. I'm sure there are guides online on how to get it, but here's what it does. It enhances attacks executed after rolling or backstepping. Now, you know, that's all you do in the game. Rolling. I don't really backstep much, but this increases your damage by 17%. So you could pretty much counterattack a lot of players and a lot of NPCs by doing this. I don't know why I haven't seen many people using this at all, but this is really dope. And with this Retaliatory Cross T, it works perfectly also with the 𝐿den katana, because after I do an evade roll, I go ahead and activate the Transient Moonlight, which nobody ever expects. So that's being stacked along with the Shard of Alexander's damage, which greatly boosts the attack power of skills. And I always two-hand these weapons, so that's why I have the two-handed sword Talisman. If you want to be a little bit more on the tanky side, then you can use the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman. It's always great to have that. And the armor I have on is not really anything special. I just wanted to pretty much have armor that looked cool. But this is for a reason. The Helm of Solitude increases my poise significantly. It's actually one of the best tank sets in the game. And if you have enough endurance to wield it, I suggest you put on a full set because it's pretty awesome. And then I have Ronin's Greaves. So there's nothing really special about the armor. Now let me tell you about the stats. And I've been seeing some builds out here where they're up to like level 200 and I'm at level 226 and that's just where I'm at. So for me, I don't like being a one-trick pony. I want to have versatility in my build. I like to have hybrid builds, and this level gives me exactly what I need to do that. Here are the stats: 60 vigor, of course that's pretty much meta if you don't want to get demolished. 23 mind. I like to have a little bit more because with this build especially, I'm using the Ice Spear a lot. I'm using the Moonveil Katana's skill a lot. So this is pretty much a skill focused build, which means you gotta have a little bit more mind than not. Next we have 25 endurance. Don't need much because the Ice Spear is really light and the Moonveil Katana's weight is pretty much double that. And I'm not using heavy armor that requires me to have a lot of endurance. 25 is good to sustain enough stamina to fight and do what you gotta do. Plus, like I said, I'm not using the rotten winged insignia. This isn't one of those builds where I have to keep attacking and maintain my stamina. So this is more of a calculated build where you have to time your shots and you don't necessarily have to worry about stamina as much as other builds. Now, strength you don't need because none of these weapons scale in that. The Moonveil Katana scales in intelligence and dexterity, and the Swift Spear scales in dexterity, which is why I have 80 dexterity and 50 intelligence. So these two attributes are what's making this build hit so hard. Whatever the best attribute scaling is on these weapons is what you're supposed to prioritize in the character stats. The reason I have almost 40 faith is because I want to activate certain incantations, golden bow, and some that are a little bit more higher than others. Faith is just overall good to have because it increases the effectiveness of your spells. Everybody uses spells, right? And with arcane, I don't need any of it because none of this increases the buildup if I increase the arcane. The Ice Spear's Ash of War automatically increases Frostbite, and the Moonveil Katana is going to increase that no matter what. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I just wanted to highlight this build. I didn't really know what other weapon to use with the Swift Spear. I thought that the Moonveil Katana was a fitting choice, and I just feel like this is a really cool build and that you should try it out, especially the Swift Spear because of how much damage it deals. I mean, I did not expect it to deal that much damage. I mean, maybe I did because of the S tier scaling, but it really surprised me and you should try this out for sure. Let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. And if this helped you out in any way, then like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. I'll see you in the next one. Be right out.